Hello, my name is Peter Joynt. I'm 32 years old and I'm from Ottawa, Ontario. I am a stutterer. I have stuttered since as far back as I can remember. So I peg it at about age 3 or 4. I actually don't remember a time when I didn't stutter. So there you have it. Most people, as far as I understand, lose their stutter in sort of their mid to late 20s. And I am, of course, 32 years old, and I still have a stutter. Now, one interesting thing about me is that I am a musician and an MC. I rap, and a neat thing about that is that I do not stutter at all when I rap. It's I've been told it's right brain, left brain thing, and when you do artistic things like sing like this, and it's all up and down, it bridges the gap between right and left brain, and you're able to connect the side that is more adapt to speech. I started speech therapy when I was about 7, around when my speech started to get quite bad. I have fond memories of leaving class in grade school and going off to this room and working on my speech with a speech therapist, and I learned a lot of neat techniques. And of course, part of that is, the most grueling part, of course, for a stutterer is to hear themselves speak. Because one of the exercises was to read a book and record it on tape. And of course, we'd go back and listen to the words I got stuck on. And it's always weird to hear your own voice just as a regular person, let alone hear your own voice and see each word you got stuck on. It wasn't until about junior high that I decided that I kind of wasn't getting any better in my speech therapy, and so being the stubborn guy I decided that I would stop speech therapy and kind of continue on with the techniques I'd learned, and also some of my own techniques, which I'd kind of developed on my own, as well as worked on in speech therapy. Techniques like similar to the rapping and the singing. I also found that if I were to do a British accent like this, I could speak perfectly fine. So doing different accents and being all wild and crazy like this, because it all comes out super fast if you're acting or it's da-da-da. So I basically decided a long time ago that I was not going to let my stutter hold me back in anything I did, and 2, that I would try to also use this kind of entertainment component to deal with my stutter, and also kind of shape my personality a bit. And it's been the exact same since. I'm kind of known as the fun guy and the wild guy, but little do people know that it's actually one of the coping mechanisms I use to speak. So after grade 8, I went on to high school, and high school was kind of tough in that I got teased for my stuttering. Of course, people are ignorant and feel the need to kind of razz you a bit, but I never let it get me down. I kind of went along with this confidence thing, and the friends around me were extremely great and patient to give me time to get my words out. And I kind of continued along with this kind of entertainment thing, and would kind of chat in class. In certain classes I was known as the class clown, although I did quite well in school, but I used this technique to kind of get me through. And eventually I ran for president of Students' Council in my graduating year, and had to give this big speech in front to the school, which is nerve-wracking for regular non-stutterers, but of course for stutterers, it's there's this added element of anxiety. But got up in front of the school and gave my speech, and I won the election, which was very exciting. And I kept on having to do speeches in front of the entire school, and it was great. It was great to kind of conquer that fear and just come out and, let people know that, yes, I was a stutterer, but no, it was not going to slow me down. And I've kind of had that same mentality since then. I'm a performer, a rap performer, and I also I've emceed weddings, I've given speeches, I've done corporate gigs where I speak in front of a lot of people, and I always lead with the line, "Hello, my name is Peter Joynt. For those of you who don't know me, I do stutter. It doesn't bother me, so please don't let it bother you." And that's kind of this great opening line that just puts people at ease and lets them know it's going to come, because I know I'll get stuck on certain words, so might as well just come out with it, so people don't think I'm nervous or maybe I'm drunk or anything like that. It's a nice way to kind of kick things off. So yeah, I would say there's lots of great techniques which I learned in speech therapy, and I strongly promote speech therapy, and I would encourage speech therapists to also use this, the kind of the acting component in their teaching, because I think for a lot of stutterers, they're shy, they do not want to come out, and they do not want to speak. They don't want people to make fun of them, and they'd kind of rather keep quiet. It's kind of like when the teacher wants someone to read in the class, and of course the finger comes over and points on Peter, and Peter, you've got to read right now, and it's so intense, and it's just the worst. No one likes that when they're a non-stutterer, let alone a stutterer. So I would strongly encourage the technique of kind of getting people to come out to their shell and act all wild like this, because if it works when you're talking, then it could work in regular conversation and da-da-da. So, yeah, I would think it's a useful tool for you to have in your toolbox. And so I would strongly encourage, the artistic side of the brain being brought into speech therapy, because that could also make things a lot more fun for kids who are probably already having quite a tough go dealing with their speech impediments. Thanks a lot.